Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 thriller film Capsized Blood in the Water. And this is a film that is directed by Roll Rain and it stars Tyler Blackburn, Joshua Close, Virginia Del Sol, Josh Duhamel, Bo Garrett and Mike Morodd. Now, this is a film that it focuses on a group of sailors who are bound for Florida. However, during an unexpected storm, they're capsized and they are left to drift for days in the Atlantic Ocean. And while they are at drift, out at sea, with seemingly no hope of rescue, they are set upon by a rather large group of tiger sharks, and it is then a fight for survival in this little dinghy with 5 of them, I believe it is, to try and stay alive with this group of tiger sharks trying to eat them for lunch. Now, this is a film that is based on true events. Now, sometimes when you see that on a film, you kind of roll your eyes a little bit, but I do believe that this is based on true events. It happened in 1982. I've done a little bit of research on it. This film apparently first came out on the Discovery Channel during Shark Week or something like that, and I think it probably is set on true events. There's even some facts given at the end of the film and a picture shown that makes you believe that, yeah, it is based on true events. Now, obviously, the film is probably based on the eyewitness accounts of those who survived, so they could have exaggerated the events, of course. But generally speaking, what we have here, I mean, the shark movies in general, it's a pretty full genre, and every single shark film out there obviously gets compared to the greatest of all time, which is obviously Jaws, and there's quite a few decent shark films out there now. I do think this kind of lends itself into a different bracket because it's based on the true events, and it seems like they have stuck to the facts certainly where they can, and I'm sure they did dramatise some aspects of it for the film. But what we've got here essentially is a pretty well made film. Definitely looks like a TV movie, but it's very well polished. It's got some nice acting in it. Everybody here delivers in regards to their performances. We've got Josh Duhamel here, who I believe was in the Transformer films. I think he was, certainly. That springs to mind. And he was, yes. So he was in the Transformer films, so he's a recognisable face, as are a couple of others you will recognise on the crew. So everybody here delivers in regards to their acting performances, and I think where this film really delivers is the tension building. There is a number of scenes in this film where you are genuinely on the edge of your seat, and it's mainly when they're in the water. Even when they're not in the water, I mean, even when they're in the dinghy, they're not really safe because these sharks keep kind of, headbutting the dinghy trying to knock them out. But there are some scenes in the film where they have to get in the water for various reasons, and you'll have to watch the film yourself to find out what those reasons are. And it's pretty tense, to say the least. I thought they did really well with those scenes in regards to ramping up the tension. Now, because it's a TV movie, you're not going to get R-rated type kills and effects and blood and all that kind of stuff. However, it doesn't leave an awful lot to the imagination. It shows enough, and there is certainly certain scenes where it is quite bloody, and you're left with no doubt in your mind what has happened to that character. So it delivers, and you feel this real threat of these people and the situation that they're in. And the situation that they're in is that they are adrift for so long that the sharks aren't the only threat here. The threat is dehydration and starvation, as well as basic turning on each other. and hallucinating. There's a couple of scenes where some of them are hallucinating, where they're kind of turning on each other. So there's all these dynamics going on, and it must have been a truly horrific situation to be in. Definitely must have been. And it's something that none of us would ever want to experience. Of that I'm fairly sure. And I do think this film portrays the tension and the horror of the situation that these people were in 1982 adequately well, without, you know, going overboard with it, in regards to graphic sake, in regards to showing the kills and things like that. It does just enough for a TV movie to make it really, really effective and certainly watchable. It's not to say it's without its faults. It's essentially scene after scene after scene of them drifting in the water with all these characters in a small dinghy. So you're not getting, you know, particularly engaging conversations or anything like that, or the situation that they're in for a good 20-25 minutes into the film is that they are stuck on this dinghy surrounded by sharks, slowly starving to death and dehydrating, and that's the situation that they're in. But I'm not gonna lie, I quite enjoyed it. I thought this was a very entertaining film. It was well made, decent performances. Yes, it could have been better, and if it was made for the big screen, it probably, you know, would have been a little bit better. But I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's certainly watchable, especially if you like shark films. I've seen far, far worse than this out there on the market. So this is one to check out, especially when you realise that it is based on true events. So thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you back for more reviews on Screen Stars very, very soon.